Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. So, Taurus, my bovine babies, we are going to, what do you have at the bottom? Assert yourself, Taurus. Assert yourself. We're going to go to my Chinese fortune cookie deck, and we're going to see what your assert yourself, luck, and health. So, assert yourself. I'm just seeing these are the cards that you have in the underline after the pre-shuffle. Go for what you want. The time is right for soulmate connections. Birth of a child also likely. Luck. A sudden change of luck is likely. Things are working to your favor, in your favor. Excellent time for networking. And health. An excellent time to start an exercise program or diet. Many new friends on the horizon. So those are interesting underlines. Not necessarily your reading though. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shuffle this deck. Whatever card comes out is the topic of your reading. And then we're going to go into the tarot and see what that's all about. So let's get started with it, Taurus. All right, what is the reading? What is the topic of discussion? Really? So much. Everyone else had like one card. Okay, well, this might be, okay. Nature. Interact with nature in the outdoors, around animals, farmlands, or by the ocean. This will be good for the soul and healing for you. So there is kind of, I want to say just a message in general about needing to get out more. Get out of the house, get out of your work, go get yourself outside and just ground yourself in real reality. Not a man-made reality, just the reality of Earth and the elements of Earth. And feel that in you. Feel it. Enjoy that. Embrace it. Like, let that encompass your senses. It's going to be good for you. It'll make you feel better. Okay. Oh, then, whoa, what is... You have major life changes followed by sexuality. Whoa, that's big. I wonder if someone has been struggling with their sexual identity or their sexuality, and you're getting ready to make that change. Well, good for you. You gotta do what feels right for you. Major life change. Time is right for major life changes as a new lifestyle or location brings great joy and a trouble-free existence. Oh my gosh. Having that with like the sexuality card, I do feel like for somebody in particular, maybe more than one person, that like a lifestyle change to express who you are sexually, how you identify yourself, who you find attractive, what you find attractive about yourself, like just exploring this. And this can go like all sides of the spectrum. This, I know, because just the way I'm talking about it too, like a lot of people would probably more instinctively think that I might be talking about people who are dealing with transgender issues, or I'm talking about people who are non-binary, or people who are who have felt maybe gay or lesbian but have been presenting as heterosexual and debating all these things like that. That seems the obvious, but what I want to also say, and I definitely feel that it's there, is that I also feel like though for some of you, you may have like, even if you're just like vanilla, just like heterosexual, I'm a woman, I'm a man, like just that vanilla category for yourself. If you yourself have kind of suppressed your own sexuality, how you express yourself, how you dress, like always wanted to be, perhaps very, maybe not wanting, maybe just always being very, very modest, because you were brought up that way, or that's how a gentleman dresses, or that's how a gentleman behaves. Well, a gentleman should be certain level, but you know, and as well with a lady, that's how a lady should dress, that's how a lady should behave, and wanting to probably perhaps like want to express yourself a little bit more in terms of your sexuality. Your sexuality is a big part of your identity, of who you are and what your experience is here as well. Okay, so let's read the sexuality card. Existing, it's so dark in here, I should have brought my glasses. It's a very cloudy, rainy day. Existing relationships could find a new passion and heightened sexual attraction. So I want to say too, if some of you have been like kind of in the closet, and there's someone that you're attracted to and you have like good energy with them, this could like turn into something for you. If you're thinking, I don't know if they swing that way, or I don't know if they're what side they're batting for. So there's definitely something here. And as well, My vanilla friends, I'll just call you all vanilla. My vanilla friends, you're gonna put some sauce and sprinkles on it. Like, so you could have friendship or a friendship, and it's gonna blossom into something like more. Explore yourself here. You're all Venus, so hey. Opportunities for marriage and good family life are strong. But if single, beware of temptation that could lead to trouble. A child will also bring great joy. Well, that's interesting. Your kid could do something good. Your kid could do something good. Or so a child could bring you joy, like do something. I don't know. So it just seems like the single people have to beware of temptation that could lead to trouble. Oh, this is a reading, and I feel like I should have had an Advil before I started this. I have a bit of a headache today because it's jealousy. Because it's jealousy. Jealousy. Watch who you trust with your personal secrets and plans. Spend time outdoors with nature to reconnect and replenish. That is really coming through strong, isn't it, for you? The nature thing, getting outside, breathing some fresh air, getting your feet in the sand, walking along the shore of the ocean, going on a nature hike. I don't know, even just sitting outside at night. And I find it very personal with you here, Taurus. It's a very personal reading, to be honest. This is a very personal reading. And I honestly think it applies to all walks of life and whichever way you swing or don't swing. Well, that's the one thing. If you don't swing, because there is a group of people that don't really, I don't mean that. That didn't come out right either. Well, maybe you won't swing. What is that? Is it asexual? It's kind of funny because it's been identified, right, as a characteristic that people have where they really have no sexual drive towards a particular gender or people. And I was always fascinated by the Sherlock Holmes character. And I kind of felt like he was like that. I kind of felt like he was like that as he was written, unless I missed any stories that were, I don't know. But then it's like, as a child, reading those, as a child, I guess probably more like a teen or preteen, reading those stories and kind of seeing him that way. I didn't really think that there was that. I mean, because I'm not that. So I'm an Aries, a little fiery baby. But it's interesting how people are becoming more and more comfortable with saying, hey, there might not be anyone else on the planet who's like this, but this is how I am. And I'm pretty comfortable with it, and how I am doesn't hurt anybody else. So it should be okay. And then just by kind of coming out and saying that, then you get these other people that say, I'm just like that. Really? I thought I was the only one. So there's always kind of a beauty and an importance to claiming that for yourself. And again, as long as you're not hurting anyone else, what the hell is the problem? Honestly. Sometimes you might hurt people they end up hurting themselves because their interpretation, they don't want that to be threatened in terms of what they feel is right or wrong, or, I don't know. This is very deep philosophical conversation. What are we getting here? Okay. I pulled out originally. I was over the Three of Swords. See, too, if you're holding back on who you are, like a sexual aspect of yourself, it can be very heartbreaking. But there's so many cards out here now. There was something about location, a new lifestyle or location. Oh, freaking wax. I found it in my mouth. Can bring great joy. So too, for those of you that might be living, seeing different things too. Have you watched that program or that little thing on Netflix called, is it Unorthodox or Orthodox? I think it's Unorthodox. No, it's about an Orthodox Jewish community and a woman in that trying to free herself from it. And so I'm even like getting in this too, like it could even be like a very traditional Christian, or even just very traditional religious. I haven't met a lot of those that aren't on some level can be very suppressive to feminine energy or controlling You need to act this way. You need to do this. And even like, yeah, even for guys, like, well, this is, yeah. I just feel like there's something here for you in terms of perhaps how you've been brought up, the path that has kind of been chosen for you, that has something to do with your expression in terms of who you are as a sexual human being. And trying to move into what feels like you. And however this is showing up. Vanilla, Neapolitan, a sundae, a banana split. Okay, well, let's go back to this major life change. So let's get, it was getting real serious there. So my spirit guides had to spit something in my mouth, a banana split. The Four of Swords. So I don't know, it feels like you've been waiting a long time for this. You've been biding your time, perhaps? That's an interesting message. For some of you, you might have a parent that you're kind of waiting for them when they pass. It sounds sad. It does sound sad, and it probably is sad on some level that you're waiting for a parent or someone or a grandparent to pass on before you feel like you can come out in the open and be this. It just feels like, yeah, like I get that with the Four of Swords, like a major life change for yourself. And that, you know, even in that might not even have anything to do with sexuality, but it might just feel like there's something that you're tied to in this lifetime, and it is absolutely connected to a parent or a parental inheritance, and you're biding your time. I want to get more cards on that because, so yeah, so Taurus is biding their time on this major life change, but do they have to wait for someone to pass away? Or even if it's not that, it just feels like continuously biding your time. The Star, the Wheel. That really kind of talks about, well, the universe is in charge of this timeline. The Star and the Wheel. Now, I do feel like the universe is in charge of this timeline, but I think you have control over when you're ready to enter it. Because with the Four of Swords and the Star, that also just speaks about healing. Being in a healing cycle, and the Star is completing your healing. And that changes everything. This is the shift. This is the change. This is the major life change. And even that in itself could be a major life change for you. You've been in a healing cycle, and you're about to complete that and get your spiritual diploma on healing for this time period. And you're going through a new path. Now, the sexuality card. I'm going to split this up into two. And I'm going to do that because somebody else had something similar where, oh, I think it was Pisces. There was kind of a message for those that were not single. And I want to also put that in people that are not looking for anyone, absolutely not interested. I'm really done with that, Cindy, for whatever reason. Like, you know, well, no. No, I can't do that. Okay, well, maybe I can. Existing relationships could find a new passion and heightened, well, sexual attraction. So it might just be like a lot of excitement. You could have some relationships that have been kind of stale and stagnant. You haven't gotten together in a while, and you're going to finally see each other again. For some of you, yeah, for sure, if you're in a relationship, like a committed relationship with someone, it does feel like if the relationship's been a little stale lately, or maybe there's been like more focus on work or raising the kids or paying the bills, whatever that could be, that things are going to spice up a little bit here for you in that. Now, opportunities for marriage and good family. Opportunities for marriage and good family life are strong, but if single, beware of temptation that could lead to trouble. This is really funny because this is a little bit of the energy that I picked up in the Aries extended. So Because this sentence is all one, this is one sentence that includes but if single. So it's almost as if to say, if you're single, there's a very good opportunity for like a happy family life, perhaps marriage, if that's something that you're looking for, at least some sort of committed relationship. But beware of temptation that could lead to trouble or lead you to stray. And how I would sort of paint a little story around that, it's almost as if, let's say you've been waiting some time to meet the right person, or you've been single for quite some time and thinking, well, maybe it'll be a good time. Yeah, I'm feeling like it might be a good time to get out there and mingle a little bit. It's almost as if you take the wrong bait, and I don't mean the wrong bait, I mean something that might come in like a little bit of a player energy. Like it's temptation. It could seem pretty sexy on the surface. I'm like, oh. And then you get kind of in a bit of a tangle with something, and you get into that tangle right at the time where you meet the person that you were really meant to meet. Because it seems like you're going into a cycle where there's a very good opportunity for a good family life and perhaps marriage. But if you're single, right, beware of temptation that could lead to trouble. Oh, okay, let's look at the people that are not single first. Existing relationships could find a new passion and heightened sexual attraction. Actually, I want to say even for the singles, you might have already met someone, and it might just be a friendship or an acquaintance at this point. Okay, so let's just look at that. Existing relationships, let's just say existing relationships could find a new passion and heightened something or other. King of Cups. The King of Cups and the Five of Swords. That feels like something that was ended. I don't know. Y'all got real complicated on me, Taurus. I know you should get this from Taurus. The King of Cups and the Five of Swords. So there's a lot of hidden emotion here. Ah. Somebody's hiding a part of their emotions, right? And we're talking about that with this major life change in their sexuality. So somebody's hiding a big part of their emotions, and that could have someone a little bit on the defense here. Not really trusting this, or so whether you're hiding the emotion or someone around you is, on some level I think it could be you, because of the cards that came out and wanting to explore a part of you that you haven't been exploring. The King of Cups, the Eight of Swords, and the Hanged Man. Yeah, you're not sharing shit. This person is not sharing anything. They're not moving towards anything. They're trying probably not even to look, or at least make it look like they're, no, both, one's blindfolded and the other one's eyes are closed. Five of Swords. This kind of feels like, you know what, I just need to end this because anyway, it needs to be ended, needs to end here. Oh, the Four of Wands. Well, somebody wants to end something to produce happiness. Wow. For y'all, I really feel like there's someone that you're around, whether it's heterosexual, bisexual, anything sexual. I feel like somebody's not showing any emotion at all. There is a lot of emotion here, though, and nothing is being shown. And it has another person thinking, you know what, this person is cold and detached, or, but there's a desire to bring these energies together. You know, right? Like we're talking about an existing relationship on some level. And for some of you, I feel like it's someone that you haven't had any sort of a sexual relationship with up to this point. Okay, now here's the opportunity for marriage and good family life is strong. But if single, beware of temptation. Seven of Cups and Eight of Wands. Actually, it came out, Eight of Wands came out first, but I don't think it matters. Because Seven of Cups can be about having a lot of options, a lot of choices here. The Eight of Wands is like moving in on that. That's so interesting. Could also be like trying to figure out where you're supposed to be moving, where you should be communicating. Trying to move through the confusion and the fog. That definitely links up with, you know, there's a good opportunity here to connect with someone in a really wonderful way. You know, if y'all are single though, be aware, because there's temptation around you that's not going to lead to good things. We got the Sun at the bottom. The outlook is good. The outlook is good. Just avoid temptation, however that could show up for you. For some of you too that are wanting to experiment with your sexuality and your feelings about that, if it's not so vanilla, I want to say that the right person is there for you in your environment. Don't go with the first thing that feels like it just pulls you in and it's super easy, and that feels like it could be the temptation that leads to trouble. Because there's something here of more value for you, but it's not so easy to get to. The Eight of Wands. The Three of Pentacles. So maybe you have a lot of choices where you work. The Seven of Cups. That's so curious. You're getting that Five of Swords again. You know, it's coming in with this. And the Four of Wands is a marriage card. It can't be considered that. Opportunities for marriage and good family life are strong. Seems to have something to do with this five. It has something to do with something that's more difficult here, where nothing's being expressed. I'm making my headache worse. Look at the Six of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. Is somebody giving more than they can give, and this is going to get cut out? Because there's the Empress. Like, that's everything. It's in your Seven of Cups. So there's, it literally like, you've got all these bowls on the table and they're moving around. And, you know, the real prize is underneath one of these bowls, and the other ones are toads. The real prize is in your confusion. I don't feel like some of you have like some people at work that are interested in you, and there's opportunities there to explore, perhaps sexually. But it's not the long-term prize. That's how I would describe it. It's not, that will not be your long-term prize. There's something to do. The Five of Swords is linked to this Four of Wands, which is the existing relationship that could find new passion and heightened sexual attraction. For some of you, that could also be a relationship that you're already in and you're back and forth in it. On again, off again, on again, off again. Be careful with that. I don't know, Taurus. Okay, let's just try to simplify this for you, because there is like a nugget of gold in a bucket of, I guess, pyrite. Pyrite's kind of cool though, but you know what I'm trying to say. How could Taurus, what is the one thing that the universe could tell Taurus about identifying the Empress energy in this confusion of Seven of Cups? How could Taurus know what the Empress is? What will be the sign for them, for this real, the Hermit, this person? It's the one person that ain't all over you, baby. It's the one person that is not all over you. It's the one person that is protecting their energy from you. It is the one person that is deeply contemplative. It could be a Virgo, if that means anything to you. But I'm not really like, I don't think that's a be all and do all with these kind of cards. I'll tell you, it is the one person that is not putting it all out for you. Not like, hi, how are you? That's the Empress. Isn't that funny, right? It's the one that isn't chasing you. It's the one that isn't tempting you. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. My goodness. Major life change. 4 of Swords. The Magician and the Ace of Swords. It just feels like you're constantly trying to manifest your new truth. That's interesting too with what we talked about earlier on. Waiting for the right time. Healing. The Star. Guys, I feel like you're looking for like a new wifey or a new hubby. You got the 2 of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like you're looking for a new wifey or a new hubby. Or there's one there for you you're looking for. Or the wifey or hubby. It's funny I said new, so I don't know if you've already had one in the past. You have a lot of options. You definitely seem to have a lot of options. But it's the one that is not running, chasing after you. I don't know how to take that either. Because of the feminine, I'm going to tell you right now, you need to not be chasing any guys around. Shit. I mean, I don't mean like, I know guys will go, ooh. No, like if you are in a relationship with someone, don't play games and be like honest with them. If you feel like calling them, call them. Like send them a text message. That's not chasing someone. It's kind of like the initial. If you can let a guy know that you're interested, but if he's not showing any interest at all, or he's not like putting in any effort, I don't know. From a female perspective, I would say, I would just do your shit. Don't worry about him. Why the wax is really coming out of my mouth today? It's crazy. So it's not necessarily the one that's not chasing you. It could just be the one that you don't see very often, too. The Wheel. The Wheel. Justice. Oh my gosh. Definitely looking for that big karmic change. Oh, Taurus, this was a load full. The 2 of Wands. Yeah, what are you wishing and hoping and dreaming for? I don't know. I think you have a lot of opportunities. And it looks like they could be at work, or they could be somewhere where you collaborate. You work on art projects together because they're painting. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to go do your extended. I'm just going to look for advice for you on extended. This is very complicated. Until next time, Taurus, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.